Hi everyone. It is July 3rd. The market closed earlier today at 1, but I'm recording my video now just because I had other stuff to do earlier today. Okay, so let's start with the picks from yesterday. I mentioned I like Microsoft still. Today it was pretty good. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like yesterday with this very strong trend, but it was still pretty strong. It, as you can see, had formed another all-time high. Earnings is until the 23rd. So I still like Microsoft. I still think it's a good long. We'll go over what the market did today, but basically the market helped fuel Microsoft a lot today, and it kind of went with the market. So yeah, Microsoft is nice. I mean, I didn't trade this today, or didn't trade it really at all, but Microsoft would have been a nice trade to have on the past couple days. Next stock, BIDU. So BIDU, as you can see, the downtrend. Today, Chinese stocks were strong, and BIDU actually ended up gapping up and actually had a pretty strong day. Overall, it had an uptrend. It kind of chopped around a little bit, but overall, it was up for the day. Earnings aren't until August 27th. So yeah, I'm still in this trade. I'll go over the trade in a little bit, but basically, I'm still in this trade. Next, SG, Sweet Greens. So I'm also still in this trade. Today, it was up as well. And it's not super. It didn't really get back. Didn't really gain too much of this red candle back. But it still was had some strength today. But in general, I see this more as the sellers and buyers battling out instead of one side prevailing too much. We kind of chop back and forth above and below VWAP. So I'm still short SG. So we went over Microsoft. We can take that off. I still like it, but I don't think that would be my pick of the day today. So we'll go over that in a little bit. But now we can review the trade that I was in and was able to exit today, Meta. Meta. So as I mentioned, this trade I entered on, I believe it was July 20. Let's see. I entered on June 27th. So this candle right here. And I was expecting it to potentially challenge the high of the April 8th candle, because it breached this high minus trend line with pretty strong buying. I mean, it breached it on the 26th. It continued its strength into the 27th. So I thought initially that was a good breakout, but I probably should have waited for maybe a little more strength throughout the day, because or at least for a pullback on the D1 to get in. But it resulted in the next day, the 28th, in a red key bar. So just very heavy selling this day. It was followed then by, on July 1st, very heavy selling early on in the day, which was then reversed and formed a bullish hammer. This is when I decided to average down my position. I bought 2 more shares, and my average cost then became 509.14 instead of like 522 something. So I looked at this the technicals, and I figured out, and I'm confident in this technical analysis, where this is a compression it's been in since like June 6th. It's between 493 ish and like 493 to like 514. So I would say this is a failed breakout of this compression zone. So it kind of went back into the compression, and this candle right here really showed me that this 493 level has pretty strong support, and so I thought it would be a good idea to average down this position because I don't see it. I mean, it possibly could break through this high, this compression, and get back to its all-time high, but I thought it was more likely that I would probably stall again or just hit more resistance up here. So I decided to average down. So my cost was 509.14, and then yesterday it was doing pretty well. It had a pretty strong strength up, and it continued it somewhat today, but I ended up exiting at I ended up exiting at 509.91. So I made a profit of 77 cents per share. And to be honest, I could have held it probably longer, but this isn't the best D1 chart now. After this breach, I was more trying to recover my losses instead of have this be a perfect trade. Not 100% sure if that's the right mentality, but I wanted to kind of get out of this trade with like a very minimal loss or like just a small profit. Like I just wanted to kind of get out of it and kind of scratch it in a way. So I was able to do that. There's definitely better D1 charts out there now. This was kind of looked good. Now it doesn't look the best. So yeah, that's Meta's story. Now I can talk about the two stocks I'm still in, BIDU. So as I said, Chinese stocks are strong today, and this stock gapped up, and it continued its strength early on today, throughout the day. Doesn't have earnings for over a month, almost 2 months, and not over. Doesn't have earnings for about almost 2 months, late August. So my game plan is still the same with this. I'm going to hold it. I don't think the selling is just going to evaporate. I think it's still going to be present. And I think today it was a good day for the stock, and it was able to rally, and it was able to, after this gap up, is able to continue up. And I know that's a lot to do with, I think the market was super strong today. So I'm still holding the stock. I'm still short it. My stop loss is above this red key bar. So if it's able to break through this red key bar and close above this red key bar, I'll consider exiting for a loss. I'll most likely exit for a loss. But yeah, that's the game plan. Currently, I have 6 shares. So this is another stock that I kind of I guess in this case it averaged up. So I believe that this stock is going to continue down. I think just the price action is telling me that the sellers are not going to just go away with just one day. I'll reconsider it if it's able to cross this red key bar. But in general, I think if it's able to stay below this red key bar and continue down, it's a good trade. And so I averaged up for this trade. So that's my plan right now. Exit here and profit around 1 ATR for my price. The other stock I'm in is SG. As I mentioned, I like how it broke the 50 SMA yesterday with pretty strong selling. Today it had some strength, but not anything crazy. It still had selling present, and it was not able to get above the 50 SMA, and also the kind of the resistance, which was support level that it was at, kept on bouncing off of at around like 29. So I'm gonna hold that until it gets to like kind of like this intersection here, about 29. If it's able to get up to there, I'll consider exiting for a loss, but I believe the stock's going to continue down. So yeah, that's my game plan with SG. And now we can go to the day trades I did today. So I got my day trades back 3, and I day traded NVIDIA. Today, super strong, as you can see, just pretty much nonstop. I mean, it had a difficult time deciding where it wanted to go early in the day. Then at 10:40, it kind of just took off in a way and was super strong. So I traded NVIDIA at So I traded NVIDIA at 10:56 a.m. and I added at 11:03, and that made my average cost $124.97. Then I exited. It was a pretty quick trade because I didn't know the market was going to be doing because of it was getting somewhat close to its all-time high, and so I didn't want to kind of mess around with holding stocks too long today. I kind of want to just, in a way, get in and out, find the best stocks, super strong stocks, and kind of go with the market trend for as long as I felt comfortable. But I ended up exiting at 125.42 for a profit of 50 cents for each share, which isn't the best, but as I said, it was getting pretty close to SPY's all-time high, and I didn't want to potentially be in the trade when SPY potentially could have just dropped. I also day traded today Tesla. Tesla was also super strong. I day traded the stock at even earlier than NVIDIA. I traded it at 10:37, and I got in at 245.98, and then I exited at 10:42. So a very short trade. This is more of a scalp, which I don't think I'm not really at yet, but I wasn't feeling too comfortable again holding. I really potentially shouldn't have traded today just because I'm still pretty new to trading, but Tesla was just super strong and I wanted to kind of get in on it. But again, maybe that wasn't the smartest idea. I ended up exiting at 247.39 for a profit of $1.41 for the share. So this trade, the 2 day trades today, I need to work on that. I mean, today was a shortened day. Market closed at 1 for 4th of July tomorrow. So it probably wasn't the highest probability trading environment today just because of the shortened day. And really, I don't think a lot of people were expecting this move in SPY today. So it might have not been the best day trade, but just seeing the strength SPY was showing along with Tesla and NVIDIA, I thought those were pretty high probability trades for the environment. I probably could have entered and exited better, but that's just something I need to work on for day trades, especially. Swing trades are different just because they're such longer term, but day trades, I feel like it's harder to kind of grasp how long you should be in the trade for, and you're more relying on the M5 technicals instead of the D1 technicals. I mean, you're still relying on the D1 technicals. If getting close to like an SMA or a trend line, be a little wary. And that's part of the reason why I exited Tesla, is just because it was getting close to this. What is this? It's part of the reason why I got out of Tesla is because it was approaching this high minus trend line, and kind of just didn't want to hold it any longer. I mean, again, I'm really trying to be objective with everything and see what I'm actually doing right and what I'm actually doing wrong in order to actually improve. Because just because you're profiting in a trade doesn't mean you're doing it right. And I don't want to be kind of blinded by kind of making profit or being like, yeah, just making profit on a trade. I don't want to have that blind me from actually the technicals and the reasons why. So I think I need to really work on kind of follow Spectre's lead. He's super technical. He's super just like detail oriented towards what he looks for, what he gets, how he gets in. I need to be more, I guess, robotic in a sense to how I trade. Because a lot of these trades, to be honest, NVIDIA, Tesla were okay trades, but maybe they were more FOMO trades if I look back on them. So I can't be like, these were good setups because they maybe weren't the best. I mean, they were strong, but were they technically sound? I need to kind of address that more. And I'll probably make my own video for myself or journal it about just my emotions during it because I think that's super important to understand of yourself. Getting back to the video. So I went over NVIDIA and Tesla, went over BIDU and SG, how I'm still in them. Those are the only two stocks I'm in right now. Two short stocks, which in this market right now, maybe I should be leaning more bullish, but I still think a dip's possible, and we'll go over that actually right now. So long term, still overly bullish. Currently on neutral. The past 2 days, yesterday and today, actually were way more bullish than I thought they would be. Yesterday had a bullish trend day, and today was, I would say, pretty much a bullish trend day as well. Just super strong bullish trend. I mean, the volume for both days wasn't the best. The volume hasn't been good at all for like a while, but we were able to get to a new all-time high at 551.83, and we actually closed at an all-time high. So that's bullish, and I still think a dip is possible, but this price action can't really be ignored. It's definitely bullish backdrop for the market. So to be honest, I wanted to be more in cash today, and I wanted to be possibly out of one of these trades, but I ended up just holding both of them. Probably gonna hold them until next week. Yeah, I mean it depends how Friday goes, but most likely hold them until next week. And shorter term intraday, as I said, today was a shorter day, but basically the whole day we were going up. And the reason why I still like BIDU and SG is that BIDU didn't have, I mean, SPY had like a pullback here and a little pullback here, but basically it was pretty strong uptrend all day. BIDU, I feel like, had more weakness in its stock. I mean, it had these two key bars, but in general, it was more overlapping candles, smaller candles, and just like, to me, this doesn't scream strength, and it doesn't really alarm me too much. So that's the reason why I'm still in it and not taking a loss on it. I also don't think the market is going to continue this strength on Friday. I think it's probably going to either drop down a little bit and just still go back in this kind of this range, or it's just going to kind of stay where it's at right now and kind of just, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to move too much on Friday just because it's after a holiday and and everything like that. And I think next week is going to be the same. It's not going to be too much movement. I don't think there's going to be too much movement until earnings. So yeah, I'm not too worried with BIDU and SG. I would say this is even weaker than BIDU today. Just super kind of back and forth. And when the market's in an uptrend, for the day, a pretty strong uptrend, and the stock's kind of like going back and forth. It's just a weakness, and it's not going to be. I mean, the best of the most weak stocks are just going to be down all day today, but a stock can still be weak if it's kind of just choppy and kind of mixed overlapping candles and like not really having a direction. If it's not having a direction, well, the market has a direction going up. It means it's weak still. So SG, I'm still fine being in, and I went over my game plan for both of these stocks. New picks. Personally, there's not really anything that's screaming out to me. I mean, Tesla's super strong, and it's been strong for the past like 3 days, but it's just super overextended from its 8 EMA, and I think it's just bound for a drop back to its 8 EMA. It might not be such a powerful drop, like one candle, but I think it's going to drift lower, possibly Friday, but I think it's probably going to drift lower to its 8 EMA. But this could be definitely a potential long once it kind of finds a little bit of support and starts heading back up, because this is just a super strong stock. And earnings are in 20 days, so not too close. But so Tesla's definitely a stock I want to look out for. And I'll just go through the rest of these stocks off video and then come back with both a potential bullish and bearish pick. So I'll be back. Okay, so I got some potential picks that I tagged. These aren't it. Okay, so I have 2 bullish picks and 2 bearish picks that look pretty decent to me. Microsoft, again, super strong. This D1 is just super strong, and I like these consecutive stacked green candles. It's at its all-time high. Earnings are not until for like late July, so about 20 days, or exactly 20 days from now. So I like Microsoft. I think it will continue to go up. Potentially have a little dip soon, but I do think Microsoft will continue up. Another bullish pick I like is CRM. I believe someone mentioned this, and Pete reviewed this a little bit in his live stream, but I like how it broke above both the 200 and the 50 SMA today. So we'll see if that continues with strength, and then it'll be kind of in this gap, and see if it just continues with strength up until, what is the low of this? 267.77. So if it's able to show some strength on Friday into next week, this could be a potentially good long for a day trade or potentially a swing trade. It matters how much of this gap it's filled. Some potential shorts that I liked are ABBV. I like how it broke below this the 50 SMA and AVWAP-E. So now these are acting as some resistance. So I like this. I like how it has some room into the 200 SMA. Has about 163 to 160. So it's about like $3 to $4. It did retrace basically to the 50 SMA. So I would have to see some continued selling on Friday to go short this stock, but today it showed strength, and it was able to break through these, and I don't believe it crossed above them. So, I mean, it's 164, 68. So basically it closed exactly on the 50 SMA. So I still think ABBV could potentially be a good short. CVS is another short I like. I like how it crossed below the AVWAP-E, and it continued its selling today, especially while the market was up. CVS was down. So I like that. I like the selling pressure it has. So I think my pick for a long would be Microsoft, and my pick for a short would be CVS. Both stocks, just Microsoft super strong, CVS super weak. So those are my two picks. Again, I'm still long BIDU and SG, and I won't be making. I mean, maybe I'll make a video tomorrow, but I'll probably wait until Friday to make a video again. So yeah, I'll put in CVS and Microsoft again. So those are my picks, and that's the video. Thank you for watching.